for the restructured pool play, as teams have been playing all day yesterday, and now they've reset these brackets and pools. And this one will feature the McAllen Memorial Lady Mustangs taking on the Robert Vela Lady Sabercats. And the two teams already having completed their warm-ups are already out on the court, and we are set for the first serve of this ball game. Sabercats will be in the black uniforms with the blue trim and the white lettering. McAllen Memorial will be in the light blue uniforms with the gold trim. They ran the table yesterday in pool play. Robert Vela ended up taking second place in their pool. And quite a pool put together here between these two teams and the other two teams that are involved, Los Fresnos and Harlingen, as we'll play out today's action to establish the eventual bracket play. Serve across, and here we go. Sabercats set it up on the right side. Spike across played by the Mustangs. They'll dig it out of the net. One-handed back over. Sabercats with another golden chance here to score the first point. And they do, as a kill comes across, delivered by Glennis Maldonado. Maldonado delivers on the kill. Sabercats on top 1-0. Out of the gate, this McAllen Memorial team has been tested already this season. They went on the road and knocked off Mission Veterans to start their season. Serve across, here's an attack by the Mustangs. That's covered by the Sabercats. A high back set to the right side and back corner. Nobody there to cover it. Easy pickings for Isabella Rodriguez. It's a 2-0 game. Everyone rotated forward defensively for McAllen Memorial, and miscommunication on who was covering that back row. And Maldonado able to take advantage. Serve across by the Sabercats. A left-handed server, Gabriela Avila, and that goes out of bounds. And so a service error opens the door for the Lady Mustangs. Our coverage throughout the day here at this tournament, and then Billy Watson and Bert Ruiz are established over at Donna. We'll have day one coverage from the Donna tournament as we expand the coverage. Set up high for the Mustangs. A kill attempt is good for the point. Demi Banks delivers on her first attempt as a kill. Makes it a 2-2 game, and the Mustangs now serving for the tie. At the service line, Sydney Marburger puts it across. Played by the Sabercats, high center set, past the blockers, but the back row there to cover it. Mustangs get it back over and score the point. Finding an opening in the back corner, Sydney Marburger, and the Mustangs go up 3-2. Mustangs will serve again as Marburger strolls back to the service line. We'll follow this one up with Los Fresnos taking on Harlingen. That's a meaningful game, not only just in tournament play, but from a historical perspective, and I'll tell you about that a little bit later on. Serve across played by the Sabercats. Here the Mustangs on the attack off the net. Played, Sabercats set it up high, left side, kill attempt, Maldonado. That's good for the point. Ties us up at 3 apiece. During the summer play, we saw both of these teams play. The Vela Sabercats were able to play with the big guns in that Venom tournament. Memorial, of course, ended up getting to the championship game once it got to bracket play. That's a push called against Vela. And so the Mustangs go up now 4-3. And they'll send back Demi Banks to the service line. With Demi off of the front row, we'll see who establishes himself as a hitter. They do have firepower. They can rotate up to that front row. It's not all about Banks. Proven right there on that kill attempt by Jocelyn Fernandez, and that's good for the point. Fernandez rotated forward and delivers. Mustangs up by 2 as Banks gets ready to serve again. Banks, a right-handed server. Delivers that across with some pace on the back corner. Played by the Sabercats on the curl, down the sideline. That's out of bounds and a point to Memorial. They go up 6-3. Appreciate you joining us here on our social media sites. If you're watching us, please be sure to share the link if you're on our Facebook. Follow and like our page just to assist us in getting numbers that we provide for advertisers. Of course, on YouTube, if you're tuning in there and you haven't subscribed to our channel, we ask that you subscribe there. Those on our Roku channel, I'll play an ad a little bit later on that explains how to get to the Roku channel. And if Nathaniel's on the ball this morning, we'll be on the Roku channel live as we speak. 6-4 game. SaberCats serve it up with a jump serve. Good return to serve. A high set on a back set, the right side. Kill attempt comes back across on the Mustang side as it's recovered by Vela. Off the net, that goes into the net. Backpedaling that time, trying to deliver that hit, Haley Castillo. And a point for the Mustangs, puts them up 3. Substituting in is Sofia Villarreal. She'll rotate back to serve for McAllen Memorial. We're just underway here. They'll play 2 games just as they did yesterday, 2 of 3 in this pool. Kill attempt by the SaberCats is covered by the Mustangs, setting up this hit. Played again on the back row. Setting up a back row kill attempt, and that is down and in for the kill off the back row, Maldonado. Maldonado unleashing after digging. And the SaberCats trying to build on that. Down by 2, they'll serve. Mustangs set it up, kill attempt down, and a point for Natalie Silva. She hammered that one to the ground for the point. Silva on the kill. Substitution in for the Mustangs. New player in the game, Jacqueline Trevino, strolls back to the service line. Gets it across. SaberCats able to return that. Mustangs, good chance here on the attack. Set up Silva again, and she delivers again. Back-to-back kills for Natalie Silva, and a 4-point lead for McAllen Memorial. Mustangs to serve again. SaberCats trying for the angle, played by the Mustangs with a back set. This time from the right side, and that finds home as Haley Castillo, a kill from the right side. 5-point lead. Mustangs now in a bit of a rhythm here as Karen Rojas is the server. SaberCats struggle, will get it across. Mustangs, good pass. Set up high by Rojas, and the kill right down central. As Fernandez is the one that puts that away, in a timeout called. McAllen Memorial now in control of this one, at least early. 11-5, back for more after this.
Time again, it's time to register your child for school. There are 3 simple steps. Step 1, call McAllen ISD, 687-MISD. Step number 2, let us help you choose the right school for your child. With over 30 options in the city, we're bound to find the perfect match and fit for your child. Step 3, get ready for the first day of school. Classes begin August 26th. Remember, you can live anywhere and attend our schools. And even if you're already registered somewhere else, it's never too late to join the McAllen ISD family.
McAllen Memorial Mustangs go right back to work after the timeout as Natalie Silva delivers. And she has been busy as an outside hitter since rotating through to the front row this time around. 7-point lead now for McAllen Memorial, and they'll serve again. Trevino serves it up. Played by the SaberCats on a back row attempt. This has produced points. It does again. Maldonado again, showing that when she's on the front row, a key hitter, but also able to deliver from the back row. 12-6 game. SaberCats to serve. Rebecca Cavazos serves it up. Played by the Mustangs. Set it up right side. That's in the net. And a point to Vela. If the back row can get that forward quick enough, the Mustangs with all these hitters generally put it away in a short fashion on a rally. This one comes across on the Vela side. They'll play it. Mustangs now with a chance. A high set by Trevino and the kill by Silva. Played by the SaberCats of Edinburg Vela. Back row attempt. Down the middle. Diving play by Trevino keeps that alive. Back on the SaberCat side. Back row attempt again. Check that. Trevino able to get a hand on it, but nothing doing. Too much firepower coming this time from Glennis Maldonado yet again. 4-point game. Back to serve is Cavazos again. Short serve. Ball up at the net. Mustangs get that across. That'll be a lift called. And so the SaberCats of Edinburg Vela have got back to within 3. Cavazos serves it up with a short serve. Ball at the net, challenge there, won by the SaberCats, and a point for Edinburg Vela as Hannah Larson's able to put it away. Just a gift wrap, in essence, a set for Larson. And she was able to put that down for the point for the SaberCats. Mustangs now on the attack, and that's going to go out of bounds. Another point to Edinburg Vela, and a 1-point game as they serve again now for the tie. Serve across by the Mustangs is played. High set by Trevino on a back set, and Silva smashes that one down for the point. Memorial back up a couple. It's a luxury for Trevino. She's got hitters when she's from that right side. She's got the 2 hitters on the outside in the middle, and then she has behind her, in that case, Silva, all able to deliver. SaberCats attacking, looking for the back row. That carries out of bounds. And so McAllen Memorial back up by 3 at 14-11. Mustangs serve it up. Clarissa Talamantes back at the service line. Ball into the net by the SaberCats. Nothing doing. Can't return the serve, and a point for the Mustangs. They go back up 4. These games go to 25. It's a best-of-3 situation as they rotate through this pool. Deep serve by Talamantes. SaberCats racing over there to keep that in play was Castillo. Ball back on the Mustang side. Set it up. Here's Silva again. Got it off the block. Played by the SaberCats up near the rafters. Set it up on the back row. Played over. Mustangs there to keep that alive. Trevino, Silva, and played again by the SaberCats, but a lift is called and a point to Memorial. SaberCats got too close to the net, and the play's blown dead. Back to a 5-point lead for McAllen Memorial. Meanwhile, a substitution in the game as Diana Cantu will check in for the SaberCats. Take a place on the back row, right side. Meanwhile, Talamantes serves it right in her direction. Got the pass forward. Now they'll set it up on the back row. Tipped over. Good chance here for the Mustangs. A back set and a kill attempt off the back row, though, out of bounds. SaberCats have been playing catch-up, though. They trail by 4 as Cantu serves this one up. Deep serve. Pass up into the rafters. That's still a live ball. Talamantes is there. Now the ball over on the SaberCats side with a good pass here. A high set back to the front of the net. Tipping it over the blockers, but it's covered on the back row by the Mustangs. Ball back on the SaberCats side. The pass near the net. The high set, and this is Maldonado. Played by the Mustangs up into the net. They'll get it over. Rally continues. SaberCats. High set again for Maldonado. 2 hits called and a point to Memorial. Anticlimactic there on that long rally. You were hoping for some kind of a big thunderous hit to finish the deal. McAllen Memorial will serve it up. Macy Henderson back at the service line. And Henderson puts this one into play with a line drive serve. Played by the SaberCats. Back set, right side, over on the Mustang side. They'll go on the attack with a high set, this time looking for Whitworth. Got it off the blockers and a point for Memorial. Evelyn Whitworth on the front row. Able to produce. Now Macy Henderson serves again. 6-point lead for the Mustangs. They took the lead real early here in this first game and haven't looked back. There's a play at the net, easily done by Demi Banks. And a 7-point lead. Mustangs on top. SaberCats take a timeout. Back after this.
to add the VTX1 app to your Roku device. All your favorite shows from VTX1 Channel 1 and exciting games broadcast on Rio Sports Live can be added onto your Roku device by following these simple steps. Step 1. Scroll down to search and push OK on the remote control. Step 2. Type in VTX1 by using the arrow keys to move the cursor around the keyboard and pushing OK to enter the letters. When you're done, choose the VTX1 option on the right-hand side of the screen.
Back after the timeout, we'll get back how to get to our Roku channel a little bit later on in the broadcast. Get you back to the action here. McAllen Memorial Lady Mustangs, Macy Henderson to serve up. They lead by 7 as she serves. Jump serve right down the middle. Played by the SaberCats. Set it up. That's a spike off the block and a point for Edinburg Vela. Another kill for Maldonado. She's certainly done her part here in this game. Coming in as the established primary hitter on that front row, and also with her play on the back row. Diving play by the Mustangs, but the SaberCats with a golden chance to set here. They'll do so off the block. Another kill, another point for Maldonado. 5-point game. The SaberCats can sustain the first hit, then Maldonado can match some of these big hitters on the McAllen Memorial side. Mustangs right here on a quick set, high set. Whitworth off the net, point. Whitworth got the carry over the net. Had enough pace on that to carry it through. Mustangs get to 20. Marburger to serve. Short serve this time. Easy pass, quick set center, block back at you, and a point as the Mustangs front row comes to life. McAllen Memorial now up 7. Sydney Marburger to serve again. Short serve played by the SaberCats. Ball over across the net. That's going to be over the net called on Memorial, and the SaberCats score the point. If you're Edinburg Vela, you're down 6 here. You need to score at least 3 or 4 points off of this rotation back to the service line for Hannah Larson. Larson gets the first one across. A deep arcing serve. Quick set for Banks. Got that over, and a point for the Mustangs. Timmy Banks spotted the entire center of the defense wide open and was able to easily place that in. She can come with a lot more power on a hit, but that time didn't need it to produce the point. She'll serve now with a jump serve, and an ace served up makes it 23-15. Dylan Cantu got to that ball, played it high but short, and no one there to pick up on the second hit. Banks to serve again. Jump serve across, played by the SaberCats up near the net. They'll dig it out. It's still a live ball. Maldonado gets that over. Mustangs on the attack. Whitworth, back row plays that. Nice dig by Cavazos for the SaberCats. Ball back on the Mustang side. They'll attack again. The setter now is Marburger. Sets it up for Whitworth. Off the block again, and a point. Evelyn Whitworth on the kill. Despite the efforts of the Edinburg Vela SaberCats. Just the relentless hitters just kept it coming. That's just over the net. Played by the SaberCats. Mustangs now looking for the win in game 1. Not quite yet as that ball rolled over the net. Ball in the net though, and the Mustangs get the point. McAllen Memorial wins game 1, 25-15. They remain unbeaten in play here in this action through the first and now second day. We'll come back with game 2 right after this.
Then push OK. Step 3. Choose the Add Channel option on the right-hand side of the screen and wait for the application to load. Congratulations! You have now successfully added the VTX1 app to your channel lineup. It can be found on the main screen under Home at the bottom of the list. For more information, visit the VTX1 website at vtx1.net/OTT.
Start the new year off right. Alpha Men's Primary Care wants to remind all men it's time for your annual physical. Call to schedule an appointment. It's about the body, mind, and emotion. Stop feeling sluggish, having no energy, or being stressed. Alpha Men's Healthcare believes in a holistic approach to your overall health. Even if you have low testosterone, diabetes, high blood pressure, or gained weight, let Alpha Men's Primary Care help you increase your energy, stamina, endurance, and quality of life. Start feeling young again. Alpha Men's Primary Care is changing the way men's healthcare is done.
Hi, we're Robert Vela, SaberCats, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Back here on Rio Sports Live as we have an empty court right now as we're waiting for the two teams to return. We've got one game in the books of this best of three between McAllen Memorial and Edinburg Vela. SaberCats will have to regroup as the Mustangs got the first one 25-15. Reminding you, we've got Los Fresnos taking on Harlingen. That comes up after this one. And then these teams will rotate through in pool play throughout the day and establish who moves on into bracket play tomorrow. And of course, everyone vying for the shot to get to that championship court back at McAllen. Reminding you fans that were with us yesterday that we will be over at McAllen throughout the day at the main gym where the championship game will take place. Also a friendly reminder that Billy Watson and Bert Ruiz will be set up at the Donna tournament for day one coverage of that, and they'll also wrap it up with day two coverage into the championship game from Donna, featuring other teams that are from the area involved in tournament play. Next week, we're down at Port Isabel. We'll be covering tournament action there, and we're eyeing a second tournament. The next week, there are 3 tournaments, and if I can get the right personnel in place, we'll be at all 3 tournaments. We'll get to that in the near future. Take a quick break as the SaberCats talk it over. Mustangs on the other side, back after this.
Hola, les habla su amigo Benjamín Gómez, el alcalde de San Benito, invitando a toda la gente que venga a visitarnos aquí a San Benito. Crucen por el puente Los Indios, más bien conocido como el puente de Lucio Blanco. Visítenos a las atracciones que tenemos aquí en San Benito. Aquí los esperamos. Muchas gracias. Su amigo Benjamín Gómez.
Every great dining adventure begins with one word: fresh. At the Sea Ranch, we combine a fresh, inviting atmosphere with chef-inspired cuisine prepared from the freshest local shrimp, oysters, snapper, and mahi-mahi. Our salmon, Alaskan king crab, and live Maine lobsters are flown in fresh. A local favorite for over 30 years, the Sea Ranch. Come enjoy a fresh experience.
At First Community Bank, we believe in small business.
When Jennifer and Jimmy Wilson started Wild August Nursery and Flower Farm, they found Ricky Leal at First Community Bank had the financing to help them grow.
Make FCB your bank.
Back here on Rio Sports Live as we continue to wait. They've quite a long pause in between games 1 and 2, which is not normally the case in these tournaments. They usually just run right through that. So our thanks to the ability of playing a couple of the advertiser spots that are helping fund the show here for Rio Sports Live. Of course, you see that on the bottom of the screen. We are actively looking for additional people to join us for the advertising to assist us in expanding our coverage. I know Freddie Heredia is over on the other side active in trying to get Rio Sports Live Southwest up and running for this next season. And then we've got all this football stadiums that I'm trying to cover. I've been visiting with many schools already, and across the board, participation with these schools and the way we're going to broadcast the games this year has been incredible. SaberCats will serve it up as we start game 2, and they'll put it across as Cantu serves it up. Mustangs go to Whitworth. Ball back over on the SaberCats side. Back row attempt this time. A kill by Karen Rojas is covered. Whitworth pushes it right back over. And now Maldonado goes for the kill, but before that, infraction called against the SaberCats and a point awarded to Memorial. Lady Mustangs to serve, up 1-0 with a jump serve across. Played by the SaberCats with a good pass, set it up on the back row. Cantu gets it over. Mustangs set up Whitworth on that left side. Spiked it, it's played up into the rafters by the SaberCats. Maldonado off the net, down the line, but it's covered with a nice dig by Macy Henderson. Right side attempt now, this one goes in the net and we're all tied. Henderson dug it out. And then that set far right side for Jocelyn Fernandez. Normally she's going to deliver on that. Just missed on the hit. Ties us up. Serve across by Gabriela Avila. And that does not clear the net. A point to Memorial. Service errors, always a thorn in the side for coaches. But when you get to the elite games, they're just magnified when that serve just gives up a free point. Spike across by the SaberCats. Diving play by the Mustangs. Will keep this alive for a moment, but a point for Vela. Looked like the Henderson dive play was going to allow that ball to carry over. Ever so slightly grazed the rafters up high. Serve for Hannah Larson. Vela trying to take an early lead as we're all tied at 2 apiece. Center set and an easy kill again for Fernandez. You can see now the respect for the ability of the Mustangs to find the edges has left openings right down the middle of the SaberCat defense. They'll have to adjust on that. There's a kill by Maldonado. Dug on the back row as Sofia Villarreal keeps that in play. And a big kill. And welcome back to the front row, Natalie Silva. Silva rotated through the first game and was a key point in rallying her team to the win. SaberCats set it up on a back set. Maldonado looking for the back row. That carries too far. And a point for the McAllen Memorial Mustangs. Our thanks to the school districts for the assistance in broadcasting these games. Had to visit with these two coaches before the game, helping us out with rosters. Of course, the McAllen School District for assisting us in a spot to broadcast the game, which was a key point in being able to do this. High back set for the Mustangs on the right side, and that is in the net, called on Vela. Nonetheless, that was a point in pencil, if nothing else, and pretty clear an inked point for the Mustangs as it was driven home. They'll serve up by 4. Vela trying to get back on track. That carries out of bounds. Mustangs now up 5. SaberCats able to get the point on that. 7-3 ball game. Glennis Maldonado rotates back to serve for Edinburg Vela with a jump serve. That's in the net. Service error gives a point to Memorial. 2 service errors here in the last couple of serves for the SaberCats. Mustangs back to serve it up by 5. That's out of bounds. So suddenly, missed serves becoming a stat between the two teams. Karen Rojas will try to end that streak as she rotates back to serve here. Rojas with a jump serve, gets it across. Good pass, right on the money, center set, big kill, and down it goes. Told you when she rotated forward, Fernandez is able to deliver. She does there. 9-4 game. Fernandez will check out of the game. McAllen Memorial now trying to build on the lead. At the net, another point for the Mustangs. That carries for 2 hits. Another point for McAllen Memorial.
around the not a problem. All right. Any questions? Okay, y'all doing good. Make the calls. I'm looking at you even though you don't.
Timeout called on the court. We'll keep it right here. Judges over there talking to the line judges, getting them on target. Our coverage continues here today as we will be here throughout the day. Next game is Los Fresnos Lady Falcons taking on the Harlingen Lady Cardinals. Serve across by the Mustangs, played by the Sabercats. And nothing doing on the return of serve, an easy point for McAllen Memorial. They're now up 8. Back to serve again is Carissa Talamentes. Gets it over. Played by the Sabercats. That's a lift and another point for McAllen Memorial, who quietly have gone up 9 now in game 2 after winning game 1 convincingly. Talamentes to serve it again. Deeper serve this time. Good pass by Maldonado. They'll set here on the back row attempt. Played by the Mustangs. A back set right side. Kill across on the angle. Diving play keeps it alive. And a point for Vela. Back row made the play. Just making sure the ball was in play. The back row for the Sabercats was able to get the point off that return. Served by Cavazos, near an ace. What a play on the back row by Talamentes, but it ends up being a point for Vela. Talamentes, a diving play to keep it alive. Sabercats serve it, ball at the net, spike down and in, a point as Hannah Larson delivers. Sabercats cut it back to 6. And that's another point for Edinburg Vela. We saw this in game 1. The Sabercats were trailing by a wide margin. They managed to come back, and then McAllen Memorial took over. Mustangs now take a timeout. They have a 5-point lead. Back after this.
Everyone's a winner at Kano Auto Sales 2 in Harlingen. Choose from a wide selection and score big today on West Expressway 83. Right now, check out this 2014 Hyundai Elantra GT. This car is loaded with a leather interior, satellite radio, Bluetooth, and it's yours today for 0 money down and $175 a month. That's right, no money down. Drive away today, just $175 a month. Or feel the power of this 2016 Dodge Challenger. This includes the RT Scat Pack, includes navigation, satellite radio, a reverse camera, an Alpine stereo system. Practically new with just 31,000 miles, powered by a 6.4-liter 392 Hemi engine. This today on the lot at $33,999. Financing is available with lending for all types. Every deal's a winner at Kano Auto Sales 2, in business since 2002, Harlingen, Texas.
Coming out of that timeout, the Mustangs of McAllen Memorial set up Demi Banks, went for the kill. It was returned. And then off the back row, Glynis Maldonado drilled one home for a point. Now, after the serve, the Mustangs are able to find an opening in the defense, drop that one in for the point, and go back up by 5. Mustangs will now serve. Macy Henderson back to serve it up. Henderson gets it across. Played by the Sabercats, setting up Maldonado again. Banks got a hand on that. Now they'll set Demi Banks off the net, played by the Sabercats. Second hit over, too strong, out of bounds. The idea was there. Macy Henderson was the only player back on the back row, covering the line for the Mustangs. And so Rojas took a chance on placing that ball back in that area. 6-point lead for McAllen Memorial. Henderson to serve again. Line drive across, played by the Sabercats. Back row, that's over by Cavazos. Now a high set for Whitworth, looking for the angle. That carries out of bounds. Whitworth was able to find that angle in game one on a couple of sets. Miss hit on this one. And Edinburg Vela will serve down 5. Diana Cantu to serve it up. Short serve, a service error goes in the net. Mustangs back on the control side with a serve by Sydney Marburger. Jump serve, gets across. Good pass by the SaberCats. A high set from Maldonado, and got the angle, got the point. Good set that time by Mia De Leon for the SaberCats. 5-point lead, though. The Mustangs can enjoy that cushion. On top here, serve across, played by the Mustangs, good pass. High center set, Banks tries to hammer it home. Played by the SaberCats, they'll get it over. Back over, out of bounds it goes. Hustle that time for Edinburg Vela after the big hit by Banks. And they score the point. De Leon to serve again, down by 4. Played by Henderson with a pass. A high back set to Whitworth on the right side. Got it down. Evelyn Whitworth on the kill. Ball over on the SaberCats side. Punched up, that's going to be a point to the Mustangs. 4 hits called on Edinburg Vela. Demi Banks back to serve with a jump serve, got it across. Played by the SaberCats. Punched over, that carries out of bounds. Point to McAllen Memorial. Mustangs will have a break on the next game, and then they'll take on Los Fresnos. That Los Fresnos team taking on Harlingen next. Timeout on the floor. Mustangs lead by 7.
TVNS specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
Back here on Rio Sports Live as the McAllen Memorial Mustangs over there talking things over. Break out of the huddle. They won game 1 and now up by 7 here in game 2. And Demi Banks will serve as we resume play. Jump serve across, that's an ace, served up by Banks. Mustangs go up by 8. Banks on the kill. Off of a serve. She'll serve again. That one carries out of bounds. Another point for the Mustangs. 9-point lead. Banks to serve again. Just across. Ball up in the net. Nothing doing. Another point for the Mustangs, who now are up by double digits. Banks to serve again. Shorter serve, and another ace served up by Demi Banks. Just pinpoint serving right now by Demi Banks, having that back row off balance for Edinburg Vela. This one has more pace. That's a 3rd ace in a row by Demi Banks. Mustangs now a point away from winning this one. Banks serves it across. And another ace by Demi Banks to close it out. Stellar serving to end the day. All Demi Banks at the net, or check that at the service line for McAllen Memorial. That'll do it. Memorial wins this one 25-12. won the first one 25-15. They'll now have a break, and then they'll be taking on Los Fresnos as they continue to play in pool play, vying for a position in the brackets, which will be played tomorrow at McAllen High School. That's going to do it for this one. DeMarcus Clark on the camera. I'm Joe Bowling. We'll be back with additional coverage. Los Fresnos will take on Harlingen. That one's coming up in about 12 minutes. Till next time. Hope you enjoyed this one. So long.